So let me introduce myself. My name is Isidro Laso. You can connect with me via LinkedIn. I usually accept the invitations and I normally reply by LinkedIn without delays, much better than the emails. So then my name is Isidro Laso. I joined the commission in 2001 after having led two startups. I created two software companies, because in the 90s the word in startup didn't exist, at least not in Europe. And then in 2010 we started working with startups. And Marco Marinucci and Alberto and Candace as well, they were good friends from that time, and we have been working together a lot. And this is very much related to the concept of ecosystem. It's people getting together. It's people-to-people talking, and this is the key for success of any startup. When in region, if they want to build the startups, the first priority for you should be to work on ecosystems. Money is important. Normally, money comes where the ecosystem is. If you go to Silicon Valley, you will see how well connected everybody is to anyone. This doesn't happen in most cities in Europe, where the corporates don't talk to the VCs or to the startups in the same city. They might be talking to others in San Francisco or in other places, but not the one who is next door. So please, as regions, and addressing here, of course, as Commission officer, mainly the European regions, but I think the same recipe is for all of you. Focus very much on the type of activity you can do to bring people together. The first thing we did in the Commission in this direction was Startup Europe. Candace, you know, well, many people here might know as well. And this, I remember when I started that in the Commission, my colleagues, they were saying to me, so would you want to turn the European Commission into a travel agency? Bringing people together, that's true, Candace. And it's true, because what we have always been doing, the Commission was giving funds, giving grants to innovators, to researchers, not to startups. But, you know, this is what we were doing, and we were giving money for a contract. They were going to develop something, normally useless. But we were, you know, something, this was what we were used to do, no? So now there's Isidro talking here with these other guys about ecosystem. I remember one colleague of mine who wanted to include the word in innovation ecosystem in a speech, and this is not so long ago, this is like 3-4 years ago. The director said to her, no, there is nothing like innovation ecosystem. There are natural ecosystems, so remove that. So just for you to know where we were in the Commission a few years ago, and I suppose in your regions, you might still be in the same situation. You talk about innovation ecosystem, they will tell you what is that, no? The ecosystem has always been the nature, no? So then this is something that you may have experienced as well. And then here, I'm talking before with Professor TV, we were talking about what is the key for things to change, and it's about leadership. Leadership, you need to have the president of your region eating in your hand. I mean, you need the person, the president of the region, not even the regional minister, the president, talking, using the wording startup, using the wording innovation ecosystems. I don't know how many of yours do that already, maybe very few. And this didn't happen in the Commission either. The President van der Leyen was using for the first time the wording startup in a big speech in September 2023, so not so long ago. However, there has been a big transformation, and now the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, is talking every day, or almost every day, about startups. I have never seen anyone talking so much startup except some presidents of the United States. Also the Chinese, Xi Jinping, is talking always about these kind of things. But in Europe, I have never heard this kind of leadership, maybe with the exception of President Macron, who was one of the first. The rest, certainly in my country, I don't think this word exists in the vocabulary of our president. No, it's also non-Spanish word, but it's not a French either. But the President Macron is using it constantly. So then there is this leadership is the key for this change. We in the Commission, this new College of Commissioners that started on Monday, 1st of December, so Sunday actually, has for the first time a commissioner for startups. Can you imagine on your regions having a regional minister for startups? Can you imagine your colleagues, the other 99% of the regional officers, what they will be thinking? This may be a mistake, of course. The first thing they will do it, they will write it wrongly. They will put start hyphen up. You remember that's not a startup. A startup is without a hyphen. Someone should be talking to Microsoft to avoid always making this automatic correction. No? So this kind of things are important. And in the commission, as I said, we will have for the first time ever a commission on startups. Another thing we will have is an executive vice president on tech sovereignty. An executive vice president on tech. So it's completely unthinkable a few months ago, no? So we need to, you manage to get that kind of leadership from your president, then you can be sure that the region will turn into a really thriving startup ecosystem. And now I will focus more on the regions from Europe. So you may have heard about the regional innovation valleys. We made a call for proposals. We funded several of them, I think 5 of them, including 38 regions in Europe. I don't know any one of these the regions here are part of the regional innovation valley, so some of them are here. So then we will make a new call in 2025 for more regions to join this new wave. Now, the idea of the regional innovation valleys is that every region somehow specializes on something and work together with the others who are also specialized on the same topic. For example, let's say industrial or manufacturing in the automotive sector, 2-3 regions in Europe who are good on an automotive sector, either in research, innovation, manufacturing, they get together and they start working together. The beauty of this is that the fund does not come 100% from the Commission. And why I say this is the beauty? Because that means that the regions that are coming are really interested because they need to put 50% of the money from the pockets. So it's not just free lunch, everybody can, of course, but it's really the regions who are coming are really interested. We are having Bavaria region, we are having Madrid, Castilla y León, we are having, great regions across, I don't know, what is your region? Calabria. So we are having the best region in these regional innovation valleys. 50% has to come from your budget. However, you can use, as part of this, your contribution, you can use the regional funds that you are already receiving, but that's your money. You can spend here or spend something else. It's not easy, but as far as I know, 14 or 15 regions of these 38 has managed to combine the ERDF, the European Regional Development Fund of the Commission, that is managed by the region, with the Horizon Europe money. It's the first time we managed to combine these two funds. That's also why a reason why the President van der Leyen has come with the idea of the competitiveness fund, where everything will be together, so that there will be not so difficult to start having synergies between different funds. That I suppose you know how difficult it is, but we are managing to have that. No? As I said, there will be a new call in 2025. So this is the two key messages I wanted to give: leadership for all the regions, because I know there are many here who are not from Europe, and for the European regions, look at the regional innovation valleys, look at all the funding opportunities we have, and above everything, take advantage of having a commissioner for startups to push in your regions. Why don't we do the same? And I say this because I know many regions, and for example, Spain is now starting to copy some of the things the President van der Leyen is doing. Regional minister, the Minister for Economy, that is one of the most important ministers in Spain, has started now to talk about these kind of things. So I'm almost sure that we will start seeing ministers with the startup in the title and regional ministers in the upcoming years. Maybe in Calabria we might be one of the first. And I cannot stop without making some comments also about China, because Professor Tibi made it. And I want to echo what he said, is that being in Brussels, we are maybe with the prejudice that Chinese are copying us, the quality of life in China is awful, everybody is unhappy there. But then, and this is, however, the young generations in Europe don't have that perception. My son, studying aerospace engineering, he wants to do the master in China. There is a famous university, don't ask me the name, in China, but apparently it's the number 3 in the world now, after Stanford and Harvard. And he wants to go there to do the aerospace master. I said this in one event, the Deep Tech Summit. And then when I came back to my chair, the person on my right was a young person who said, I was in that university and really great. You should encourage your son to go there. Well, fine. Then in the coffee break afterwards, another young person came to me, wow, the amazing things that are happening in China. And then I started to say, well, we are living in Brazil, we are living in a bubble. We believe the poor Chinese copying us, happy people there, and apparently, according to the young people in Europe at least, it's not like that. So we really, and here coming back to the Professor Draghi's report, we really need to speed up what we are doing in Europe. We cannot continue this declining race to the bottom that we are now. It's not only US, it's also China. And not because they are copying us, it's because they are doing excellent things. We need to recognize that so that we can start competing with them as well. And that's the final word I wanted to say. Thank you.